So there is a boat to Fadgalt, which is the other ruin that we have over on this island, the massive one. There's no quest for that. It is marked as a Radiant Quest location. We will be going to that. We will explore that. First things first, we're going to go to Hearthy Huts because there should be a quest there. I really like that they broke it into several smaller islands. I think it worked really, really well for this. And I do think that world design, map design, stuff like that was very, very, very well implemented for the mod.
No letter from Ma. It's been too long.
Are you okay? You're stuck inside this door.
Travertines? Hot springs? This will be a groundbreaking discovery for Roscrian tourism.
Wait, Flavian, do you know Lucian by any chance? Wait, it's Lucian Flavius. So never mind. Sorry. I don't think we've met before.
Oh, really? I'm Michel Flavian, company cartographer. Surely you've heard of the Flavian name before?
Nope.
My ancestors have been outstanding scholars for generations.
Sorry, I don't really read much.
I may just be carrying menial shipments, but once my current expedition to Roscria is over, I'll earn my place among them. My unique findings will open countless doors.
The irony that you were stuck inside a door just now. And who are the Flavians exactly?
Very smart people, mostly. They flail their arms, and magic comes out instead of hugs or food. My parents are traveling lecturers. My siblings too. They sure like reading books with little letters and no pictures. I guess that's how I got onto the idea of working at the East Empire Company. At least maps are one big picture. Never gets boring.
What's it like being a cartographer?
Where to begin? Cartography is my passion. You get to draw maps, get on deck to feel the breeze on your skin, help with the navigation. Where were we? Oh yes, maps. Aren't they pretty?
Sure. Can you tell me anything more about Roscria?
Oh, I've certainly been here before. They have been part of the Empire since the Septims. I don't know. Maybe they asked the Roscrians very nicely. They seemed like such warm people. Very handsome, too. My heart melted everywhere I looked.
Man, now I want to go to Roscria. Do you think we're that close to Roscria?
Of course we are. Where else could we be? We're in the middle of the Sea of Ghosts, right where we're supposed to be. Not the most exciting high-class destination, but I have brought everything to make it one. It's my job after all.
You know the Sea of Ghosts is massive, right? I don't think this place is Roscria.
That's not true. The balsa was in the correct course for the whole journey. I just need to set sail around these isles, and I'll establish a trade route to Granshore in no time. Or a barbaric Roscrian settlement. Definitely not lost in the middle of the Sea of Ghosts.
Oh, I got bad news for you. I got really, really bad news for you.
The East Empire Company is only one part of a well-oiled machine. The best well-oiled machine.
How are you getting along with your roommate?
Azuk is a strange one. You can certainly tell he could have been quite a charmer if he didn't look like my seasick stomach.
Ouch.
Great cook, though. He always finds the right balance of spices. I can't stop thinking about his hawker steak.
You hear that? We have 2 cooks on the island? I wonder if he uses vegetables at all. What are you doing here?
Oh, nothing. I'm just regarding a part of this place never seen before. It's so strange that the initial Imperial expedition to Ruskria never mentioned these beautiful geothermal marvels. Look at these travertines. They almost look delicious.
Remind me not to ever use any of your maps. And what is this recording for?
The best spa you'll ever see, of course. Ruskria already has lots of potential as a reputable spa resort. I want to return to the company with the best proposal ever. Too bad there is lots to do.
I think the funniest thing is that this is an East Empire Company outfit. This is an East Empire Company destination, and she doesn't even know which one it is. It sounds like you could use some help.
Now that you mention it, I do have a problem. My spa proposal is hanging on a dear thread if I don't convince the company suits. A hawker-shaped, raw, but potentially delicious one. I need to chew it away before the company throws my proposal to the bin. Like they always do.
Oh, I can't imagine why. What do you mean by a Horker-shaped problem? It's gonna be a Horker, isn't it?
Hawkers, of course. Lots of them. They would certainly scare the customers away after it was built, I was going to say shoo from the bottom of my lungs. But then Azuk told me about the ravenous bloody crimson hawker in Atmora. Scary! You would want to see this spa happen, right? Can you help me get rid of them? Please?
Sure. Why not? It's a straightforward job. Yeah, consider it done.
Thank you, thank you. The hawker habitat lies to the west of the island. Here, I will mark it on your map.
Really don't trust you to mark anything on my
Oh,
map.
and Azuk was talking about the hawkers. Why don't you talk to him about it?
Alright, don't mind if I do. Bon appetit! We eating
Now,
good,
how
aren't
high
we?
was that cliff again?
Oh, we're gonna eat well tonight, aren't we?
My book will be as widely successful as the one written by the gourmet. People from all over the provinces will seek me after it's published.
Michelle asked me to talk to you.
Hey, I overheard your conversation with Michelle. Since you are heading toward the Hawker group, mind doing a small favor for me too?
I suppose. What is it?
Hawkers should never die in vain. Bring me all their meat. I could use it for the grand feast I am preparing. The Hawkers will also rest easy knowing that today our belly is full because of them. In exchange, you will get a tasty Hawker stew with something special. I will only reveal that once you have the meat. So, get moving!
Alright. Easy enough. Why did you join the construction crew?
If you believe in rumors, I joined it to escape from Dawnstar. Some overly emotional chef performed a black sacrament on me.
Oh?
His pumpkin-sized ego got bruised when I threw away his Hawker pie in the trash. It was so undercooked that I was about to vomit. Unlike what Chef Cousteau says, not everybody can cook.
I like the Ratatouille
But
reference.
on a serious note, I joined it to fulfill my dream. I want to buy the Wind Peak Inn at Dawnstar and become an innkeeper. The East Empire Company pays me well for my services here on the islands. Hopefully, I would have enough saved to buy the inn from Thoring.
Alright. What are you cooking for food?
Hawker meat. The assortment of spices and my special secret ingredient will make it a delicate cuisine. If you are a chef, no matter how good a chef you are, it's not good cooking for yourself. The real joy is in cooking for others.
I like how your spoon's going through the
After
bottom of the
all,
pot.
the belly rules the mind.
My belly rules my mind, I agree with you. You think there's, any secret ingredients you can share with a fellow gourmet?
Red water skooma.
Oh no.
It's a powerful type of skooma, made with the blood from Redwater Springs. There is a wood elf who sells it in the Redwater Den. Just a few drops while cooking the food should suffice. It adds a sensational burst of flavor to the recipes I prepare from the Hawker meat.
I wish I could tell him about the Redwater skooma. Where do you come from?
I hail from Dawnstar. Although I grew up in the Dushnik Jarl in Skyrim, I ran away from there when I was young.
What caused you to run away from your home?
Let's
What
just say
caused you
that
to
I
run away
didn't
from
fit
your
in with
home?
my family's idea of how an orc should be. Especially for my mother. She wanted me to become the next chieftain of our stronghold. My mother would constantly push me to train hard to become a strong warrior, so that I may challenge my father for chiefdom when the time comes. But all I cared about was hunting, fishing, and cooking delicious food. I had no interest in becoming the chieftain with the blood of my father in my hands. It was not worth it, so I ran away. People like to mold you into a person that you are not. Real courage is being true to yourself. Always remember that.
I like him. That's a lesson we could all take to heart.
Many go fishing all their lives without knowing that it is not fish they are after, but a hawker.
See, right there, that's a real philosophical gem right there. I was hoping I could take the map. It's just for show.
My hawker meat recipes
Oh, well.
are famous in Dawnstar. Everyone wants to know the secret ingredient that I put in them.
So kill the Horkers, take their meat, bring their meat to him, and he's probably gonna give me Redwater skooma. If I had to guess, that's probably gonna be my reward, which... kind of the same way that it would have been nice to be able to tell Rex like, oh, the Emperor's dead. If you could tell him, oh, about the Redwater skooma, if you had done that quest already. And I also realized that some of the things that I'm commenting on or critiquing also have to do with, you know, the critiques or criticisms I would have for a full mod. Like a full-size release. Oh! I did not expect to get knocked down and paralyzed by the Alpha Horker. Am I gonna get back up? Is he just gonna watch me? Oh, okay, good. I'm getting back up. I'm getting back up. Okay, I was worried. I was a little scared. I was a little worried. Because the hammer does have a special attack. It's that green thing you saw, but... Oh, alright. Yeah, it knocked me down. It wasn't knocking me down before when I was going back through... the dungeon. When I was trying to find the Gehennoth. I guess it makes sense because it's supposed to be like the hammer of the drinking horn. So I'm guessing the idea is like, oh, it knocks you down because you're that drunk? Oh god, how'd you get over there? Don't run from me, don't you flee! Yeah, I guess it's intentional that I get knocked down. I just get so fall down drunk from wielding the weapon. Which would be an interesting way to do it.
The toughest thing about buying an inn is deciding its name.
What are you trying to catch?
Hawkers? These islands are full of them. There are no limits to what you can cook with their meat. Hawker pies, hawker stews, roasted hawker, hawker steak, grilled hawker, hawker in garlic sauce. I can go forever.
Oh, I could eat forever.
Any creature you see on this island is a hawker.
Oh. Wait. What about fish? Are they horker to you too?
Look, I like to keep things simple. Calling every species by a different name is tiring. Just call them hawkers. It's simple and easy to remember.
Oh. Any creature a horker, even the slim horkers?
Of course. Hawkers come in all sizes.
What was your most challenging horker kill?
I was once at Solstheim, where I encountered a blood hawker. They are predatory in nature compared to their mainland cousins. When I came to shore, this bloodhawker had already killed a dark elf. The creature impaled him with his long tusk, draining all his blood. It was a gruesome sight. Be careful if you encounter such a creature. Never underestimate them.
How did you manage to kill the creature?
I coated my arrow with deadly poison. I carefully aimed at the creature with my bow and struck it down. The poison was so potent that the bloodhawker died immediately.
No letter from Ma.
It was a glorious kill.
Now I'm waiting for it not to be a Horker, and I'm so curious what it is that he actually killed. I got your meat. He's gonna be like, "This isn't Horker meat. What are you talking about? I don't know what accent this is."
Back from hawker hunting. Did you bring all the meat with you? I can't wait to begin cooking.
Yep, here you go.
Wonderful! The feast is almost ready. Just need to add the meat. There's enough garlic in this stew to kill every vampire in Tamriel.
Oh, hell yeah.
There, it's ready. Here, you two, help yourself. Nothing brings people together like good food. As promised, here is the special reward I wanted to give you once you brought me the meat. My unique hawker recipes.
Ooh.
I suggest trying out a different hawker meat. Perhaps those four-legged hawkers with big antlers.
Special Horker stew added.
You cannot hunt a hawker when you're angry. Always be calm and patient.
I want to see this special Horker stew. Special Horker stew. Restores 20 points of health. Caster is invisible for 10 seconds. Activating an object or attacking will break the spell. Okay. Alright. Would you look at that? Well, Michelle, what do you think of the stew?
Wasn't Roscrea supposed to have dashing, charming princess? I saw taller and prettier boys back in Dragonstar.
Azuk has his meat.
Hey, Traveler. Thanks for the help.
Don't mention it.
Fantastic! Isn't Azuk's cooking delicious? The hawker is just so juicy. I can't even stop thinking about it. Maybe you should take more of it.
I mean, if you insist.
Oh, and I was supposed to give you a reward, right? I chanced upon this bloody fork.
Oh.
Come, take it before it ruins my stew.
A bloody fork?
So warm and amazing.
Thanks. Shore's fork? What? Wait. Gain 1 Horker meat upon the target's death. Okay.
Now, how high was that cliff again?
Time to kill people with a fork. Let me also get up here and discover this lighthouse beacon, whatever you want to call it. Alright, I think we're here, and I think this is really just here to be discovered, too. It does make sense to have some sort of lighthouse beacon, etc. here, so it's a nice addition. Even if there's nothing to do up here, I think it's worth having just for the sake of exploration and for the sake of showing off the mod team's ability to design new locations, new areas, and so on. So one thing I hadn't checked yet... Oh, hello. Is that skooma you're just pounding down right now? Yeah, I was gonna say I hadn't checked the little hut that I met Michelle at.
There's nothing like a Zalota's slaughterfish egg omelette with garlic on top. You wouldn't know, though. Special customers only.
I don't know, garlic sounds like a vegetable. You're an alchemist, then?
Did somebody say it was not? Was it my haughty Altmer roommate? Don't listen to them.
I haven't talked to them yet.
I've been tinkering with alchemy ever since I accidentally created a poison cloud above my home village. I'll never forget my father's face that day. Since then, I've traveled and learned a lot. There are few ingredients in Tamriel I haven't touched or tasted.
Touched or tasted?
Yes, to get a feeling about a material, consistency, and, of course, taste. Take, for example, the sweetness of a river betty.
Riverbeddy, fish doesn't taste sweet.
According to whom? Anyone with a refined taste appreciates fish desserts and slaughter fish eggs and honey.
You have a strange view of the tastes of food.
I'm not sure what you mean. We all have a right to an opinion, yes?
I guess. It's not an opinion, though. It's a fact. Can you even taste things?
What a question. Of course I can. I mean, isn't that what tasting is? You eat something, then comment about it. Any comment, really.
What do you mean, any comment? The odds are quite remote for a traveling destination.
They're also a bit colder than I thought. It reminds me of home, although the Abyssian do not compare to the sea here, with all its ghosts. Still, I have barely seen the Isles. What with all the grubbing for the company?
I'm not sure that's what the Sea of Ghosts means. Grubbing, but you're an alchemist.
I am, but my expertise is not always appreciated, so I take on other work here and there. When I heard about a company hiring for an exciting new venture, it sounded like a good opportunity. I signed a contract and here I am, working to build up a hot spring spa. What was I thinking?
You don't seem to be very excited about the contract work.
I can't stand this menial banging and hammering. I'm not a brute. But I need gold. So I show up at work every now and then, while preparing remedies on the side. The company might be onto me, though. The Altmer knows about my side business and short work days.
I kind of want to talk to his roommate then. Let's talk about something else.
Hopefully this means you will buy something.
I don't know about that. The Altmer? Who's on to you?
Watch what you say, he might be close by. My roommate Talon works for the company like me. Curator, they say. I think he's really here to keep all the workers in check. Notice how he's always nose deep in the books? Likely scribbling down some nasty reports on me. He's been keeping some of these on his bed, barely letting them out of sight. And when he turns them in, Hansi's balls, I need a plan for that now.
Maybe he just likes books.
I doubt you believe that one yourself.
He's an Altmer. He likes books. Do you want me to go investigate?
Don't get lost in the Isles. I've heard rumors about dangerous ancient ruins.
Now, there's at least one ruin. I've been to it.
Always interesting to spot a new face around here. Care to chat, perhaps?
Since you're acting as his supervisor and all, what do you think of Huzadir?
Don't tell anyone I said this, but I'm not terribly concerned with the efficiency of the workers. Or Huzadir himself, for that matter.
No? Wait, you mean that he's not getting on the verge of getting fired? He's not on the verge of getting fired?
Is that what he told you? You know what? Let him stay on that trail of thought. There's no end to the ways I can mess with him if that's the case.
Alright. Your name reminds me of something. Could I be mistaken?
It's a common name back in Eleanor. You wouldn't know about it, I assure you.
Oh, sorry.
Don't forget to give the spa a visit while you're on the Isles. If you get lucky, I might curate your anatomy as well.
Do you know what curate means? I'm not sure you do.
It's chilly out here. I should probably mix in a fire salt or two in every potion.
Oh, so this is why there was a dialogue option with Huzadir about this. Yeah, all of these are just oak flesh. Hold on. The problem is that this dialogue popped up before, I actually saw the bed at all, so I was confused why it was here. The reports in his bed are actually just oak flesh scrolls.
Oh, I see what's going on. How much did he pay you to tell me that?
He didn't, but okay.
Don't speak to Thalon. He'll probably write a report on you behind your back.
Alright.
Now,
Because the thing is, the mod page says that the quest, or one of the quests, is supposed to come from talking to him about his roommate. Am I just supposed to lie to him? Because nothing else led anywhere.
I should ask what you were doing in his room, but never mind. Gods, I knew it. The company will fire me soon. I wonder what he wrote up so far. Hopefully not all the Thursday afternoons, 'cause that's a lot of skipped hours.
More like what he didn't write. There's so many pages.
Tava's breath, I believe you. I really need to get rid of these reports. I just hope Thalon hasn't found out about my secret stash that I hid in the garden.
Oh? Oh?
Don't speak to Thalon. He'll probably write a report on you behind your back.
I'm gonna go look in the garden. Just for no reason at all. Okay, so this should be the garden then. Keep your eyes peeled for a stash of something. Because right now I don't see anything. I see the shovel. Like I'm looking for a little dirt mound or something that I could interact with, or maybe like a satchel or something. Unless the potato plant was the hidden item, which wouldn't surprise me with these people, necessarily. Zuli, you're real! Oh, I was so worried that you were dead or imaginary. Well, that's good.
The ice caves around the northwest are more dangerous than people give them credit for.
You look a little sickly. Are you alright?
I figure someone had to notice eventually. I think I might be. Everything's just so cold nowadays. I have a strong suspicion that I have contracted dark illness after an encounter with some creatures that lurk in the cairn.
Vampires? Tell me about the creatures you mentioned. I wish I had found Zuli first now.
I can tell you they're likely far colder than the rest of us on these islands. I don't think they took to the climate very well. That's only really safe to say, because I've noticed feeling colder since being infected with their poison. It must be from being near death.
What exactly are they?
They're beasts of the night, vampires. I know that is not good to hear, but I know, and I am working on a solution. Trust me.
I want to just give him a potion. Should I be worried about being near you?
By the haste, I hope not. But if I start acting strange, don't be afraid to retaliate.
Let's talk about something else.
Good. I definitely do not need any more focus on my illness at this point.
I just want to give him a potion. Are you alone on these islands most of the time?
Oh, not at all. You will find that there is often a person with the name of Aronar nearby. He was assigned to me as a guard by the company. It is quite nice having him around. Not that I couldn't manage to keep myself entertained.
What exactly do you do to keep yourself entertained around here?
When I'm not mining or tending to the needs of the island, I suppose I spend a decent amount of that time cooking. Needing to make sure that another person and I are fed is a good incentive to learn it. I have actually even recently taken up baking as a pastime, trying many of the sweeter pastries that I have heard of in the world. Care to try one?
Sure.
Here, made it fresh today. I hope you like it. Don't forget to ask again later.
A sweet roll. Why'd you come to the islands?
Oh well, much the same as everyone, I think. The company wanted to make these islands a bit more livable than they were. I guess that means I spat to them, so they brought me on to make sure the building was going smoothly. I'm doing that by gathering materials.
You work for the East Empire Company then?
Yes, they hired me a little over half a year ago after seeing a bit of the work I had done in Morrowind. It was certainly a surprise when the East Empire Company reached out to me personally to ask me to oversee construction. I wonder what the company won't think of me in my current state. I haven't been able to see anyone but the folks at the port.
It sounds like it must be tough to work for them.
Though for someone not suited to the job, maybe. The most difficult thing I have to deal with is the unexpected amount of rock moving.
So, you're from Morrowind then?
In truth, I am from the south of Morrowind, very close to the Black Marsh, where my kind tends to come from. The sight of Red Mountain truly made me appreciate the quality of stones. They're so much more than just building material.
Alright.
Take your day easily and lift with your knees. You get less knots in the lower back.
I'm really glad he's not dead or imaginary, but he's not doing too well.
What? Never seen a werecat before?
You're not a werecat, you're just a Khajiit. As part of the review section for the mod, I'll be showing off some of Fadgalt, the bigger Nord barrow on the last of the Isles. Given that there's no quests here, I thought it might be a slightly better way to show it off and even talk about it. To start, I think Harthstone Isles is a massive improvement over what we saw last year from Hestra's Nest. The diversity of locations, the interiors and dungeons were all really well done. I was glad to see that this had full voice acting as well. The acting quality was pretty good across the board, although audio quality is something that I would definitely want to see improved upon for when these voice actors go on to voice full quest mods. One criticism that I have is that quests didn't feel particularly well implemented and it wasn't super intuitive on how to start some of them. I found myself hunting down some of the quests and looking at the mod page to try and figure out how to start some of them, one of which never seemed to properly trigger. To me, especially with a new land mod, I want the quest to feel a little bit more intuitive to start, and to feel like there's a much more clear path for how they'll begin. I thought the twist with the goats being the Gehennoth was funny, but I have a feeling that I'm not the only one who went through the dungeon a second time, wondering if they had missed something. Given how dialogue heavy the mod was, I had hoped that there might be some more quests, because while it was fun to interact with some of these characters, I had hoped that it might lead to a few more adventures. Have us find the thieves that Revna was looking for, let us give a potion to Zuli, have some sort of follow-up with Quillen about his brush with death and eating a raw, dead skeever. I know questing isn't really the focus and that this is a test, but were this to be a full mod project, these are some of the things that I would want to see. Something I mentioned early on is that the humor was well done, something that isn't always easy to pull off. Knowing that this is an Arcane University project, it makes sense to have a little bit more fun with the writing, and not worry about creating some super serious and dark story. Between the Khajiit who doesn't know he's a Khajiit, the Overseer who tries to make himself sound intelligent, and the Chef that thinks everything is a horker, there's a great mix of characters with quirks to make for an enjoyable experience. To me, one of the strongest parts of the mod is the world design. Having the smaller islands was a great choice, as we get to see a little bit more variety in terms of locales. The Chili Camp is by far my favorite of the settlements. The design of the houses and shops with the upright hulls was such a creative design choice. Wrestleret's Rest was a well-designed dungeon, and largely felt like it could fit into the vanilla game. Fadgalt was larger in size, and for me personally, it felt a little too winding and a little too long, but that's pretty subjective. However, both dungeons did a really good job with enemy placement and density, something that a lot of mod authors struggle with, so hats off to the team for that. The unique weapons that we had in the mod were really well done, both in terms of creativity and fun, as well as the new models and textures. And despite some of the qualms that I have, I would still say this is a higher quality new land mod compared to some of the mods that I've seen released in the past. No, it's not going to stand up to Wormstooth, Midwood Isle, and the better known new land mods out there, but I think there's a lot of things that were done really well here, especially given that this was essentially just a test project. I think the team that worked on this learned a lot during the development, and will be able to work on some really fantastic mods moving forward. Ultimately, I think the team should be proud of what they've built here, and I think it shows that the future is bright for the next wave of Skyrim mod authors. As always, thank you for watching. Skyrim Saturday may be taking a slight hiatus, as I do plan on covering a lot of Starfield content in September, but I do already have a couple more mods lined up for when Skyrim Saturday returns, which I imagine would be a little bit later next month. And of course, while Skyrim Saturday may be on the back burner for a few weeks, the modded playthrough won't be taking any breaks at all, and will continue with 2 new episodes a week, now through when the series finally ends. If you'd like to see me play some games other than Skyrim, check out the streams at twitch.tv/0periodproductions, where I typically stream 4 times a week. I'll also be streaming my first playthrough of Starfield in full on Twitch, which I'm incredibly excited for. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.